Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back and doing my first Innistrad Midnight Hunt Premier Draft, best of one. Excited. It looks fun. It looks complicated. Looks like a lot of reading. We've got Transform, we have Disturb, so we have things that involve multi-sided cards. So there's going to be a lot of reading. It's going to be a little bit more intense than your normal format right at the beginning, especially since I haven't done like a deep dive on this format. I don't like to watch the spoiler videos. I kind of just look at the spoilers myself, evaluate them myself. I don't watch the things that are like top 10 Innistrad limited cards. Woo-wee! Here's the uncommons. All that. No. So I like to sort of just learn a format on my own. It's just more fun for me that way. So let's dive into it and do some Innistrad. Yeah, Innistrad formats in general have been very fun from my recollection. I mean, the original Innistrad to me was probably my all-time favorite limited format. And then the next Innistrad was also really good. Came up with like Investigate, which seems like they just brought a lot of the mechanics back from the old Innistrad. So if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it. Maybe that was the philosophy for this set. I'm not sure, but it seems very exciting. And we have some new stuff to try as well. So let's dive into it. All right. Let's check out the rare. Classic new set style. All right, rare. Burn down the house. 5 mana, choose one. 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker, or create 3 red devils. Yeah, I assume we're probably going to take this. Board wipe, or those devils do a lot of work. I remember that. Let's read some other cards. So Covetous Castaway, 2 mana, 1/3. When it dies, mill 3, and then you can disturb. So disturb, you can play it from their graveyard, and it's transformed. So it's basically like transform from the graveyard. It enters, shuffle 3 cards from your graveyard into your library, and it's a 3/4 flyer. Good card, definitely. Since we've got disturb and flashback, milling yourself is going to be an advantage most of the time in this format. Sunrise Cavalier, 3 mana, 3/3 trample haste. All right, day-night mechanic is the new thing. Before, it was just cards flipped based on spells, but now we've like incorporated this day-night aspect to it. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, this gets bigger. Wow, that card seems sweet. Field of Ruin is a reprint. You can blow up non-basics. Candlegrove Rich, 2 mana, 2/2. It's got Coven, also a new mechanic. So if you control 3 cards with 3 creatures with 3 different powers, something happens. All right. So Immolation is definitely going to be a good card. +2, -2. It can be a kill spell or it can be a pump spell. Probably a wise follow-up since it's cheap removal. Otherwise, we have Triskaidekaphile, 2 mana, 1/3. You have no max hand size. And if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. Kind of cool. I mean, it also just lets you draw cards, so not bad. Mysterious Tome, I like this card. I think it's interesting. 3 mana. It's a little bit on the the front side of it is expensive, but I feel like once you get it going, it's actually kind of cool. So it lets you draw, and then you transform it, and then you can tap something and transform it back. So it's basically like drawing cards and tapping things. Tapping their most powerful thing. I like it. Arcane Infusion, 2 mana. Look at the top 4. Get an instant or sorcery. Put it in your hand. Put the rest in a bottom random order, and it's got flashback. Definitely good card advantage. Gavany Trapper. Can't beat down with it, but usually creatures that tap creatures are good. Not the cheapest cost on that, but that's okay. All right. Pick 3. Another Immolation we can take. Otherwise, we have Ardent Elementalist. 4 mana, 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, return an instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. Definitely good, especially since we have Burn Down the House. I like that. Maybe just taking another Immolation. I mean, continue to cut red and take removal. Why not? Figure out our second color at some point. Contortionist Troop. So enters with X +1/+1 counters on the beginning of your end step. Wow, this card is sweet. So you can make it huge late game, early game. You can still play it. And if you have the Coven, you're just buffing your guys at the beginning of each of your turns. Really good. Defenestrate seems more like a sideboard. Wait, without flying? Never mind. That's an awesome removal spell. Death Bonnet Sprout. Mill a card, then it transforms. And, oh, missed it. All right. Burn the Accursed. 5 mana, 5 damage to a creature, and 2 damage to the controller. And if it would die, exile it. Definitely good against Disturb. Permanently deal with the pesky Disturb card. Otherwise, we have Perforator, 2 mana, 2/1. When it attacks, deals 1 damage to defending player. Pretty good beatdown card. Neonate's Rush, 3 mana. Costs 1 less to cast if you control a vampire. 1 damage to a creature and 1 damage to its controller. Draw a card. Well, not terrible, actually. I mean, it replaces itself. Maybe just take Burn the Accused. Take some more removal. Try this out. Curse of Silence. This makes spells with the name that you choose more expensive. And if they cast it, you can sack this and draw a card. Maybe an okay sideboard card. Another chance to look at the tome. We've got Ominous Roost. Whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, ooh, this seems like a good, that seems like a good build around. Definitely. All right. So now we have Lamholt Harrier, which I actually think is a good card. It's a 2 mana 2/2, which isn't bad, but turning off blockers is definitely relevant. So I kind of like continuing to cut red because I just think this is a totally relevant 2-drop. I mean, especially late game where you're just shutting off maybe multiple blockers to get in there. I guess it's more of an aggressive card, but 2 mana 2/2s, especially in red, I like that. I feel like 2 mana 2/2s with no downsides didn't used to be a thing in red, but certainly is now. Rise of the Ants is a good card. I like it. You gain life, you get bodies, and it's got flashback. Clarion Cathars comes in. Multi-body cards like this are definitely typically good. I like this Silversmith. That card seems very good too. All right, Electric Revelation. So discard a card, draw 2. I mean, blue-red spells would have seemed like a good direction to us. It still may be, but Immolation doesn't really play into that too much. We probably have a good start for an aggro deck, though. Although, you know, Burn Down the House still spitting out devils is going to be good. Yeah, I think that's just fine. The duality of this is amazing, I think. So we have Duress. Could take the Revelation. I'm not really feeling it, but maybe there's nothing else. I mean, typically transform cards are good. Dissipate, hard counter. We could try that. Oh, I missed with that otherwise. Sorry, I couldn't read it fast enough. Can take another Immolation. I don't feel like I'm too high on these, but I mean, +2, -2. It's not -2, -2, so I guess you do have to keep that in mind. This is also a reprint, but kill spell or a pump spell? I don't know. I kind of like it. I guess, like I said, it's not going to be great for a blue-red spells deck. That's the downside of it. Flip the switch. This spits out Decay, which is also a new mechanic. Decay is it attacks, and then you have to sacrifice it at end of combat, but they're all zombies. I'm going to take the Immolation and hope that my gut is right about that. Sheesh. All right, let's look at black. Maybe black-red Vampire Aggro is the direction I should go. 4 mana 4/2, it enters if an opponent lost life this turn. I like that. Otherwise, we have Transform, sack another creature, draw a card, transform it, and it becomes a 4/4. I think this card is actually playable, believe it or not. Also have Nebelgast Intruder, 3 mana 2/1, so it can be a combat trick that's evasive and cause something to neg. Right now, I feel like we're better off going for... I'm going to take the Vampire. I feel like Vampire Aggro is seemingly a good direction for us. Might be wrong. Oh, that's interesting. So it comes in, so 2 mana 1/2, but then you get to loot. And whenever you discard a spirit or a card with Disturb, you put a counter on it. Well, I don't know how often I'm going to get to do that. Disturb is a good mechanic, though. Cards coming back. I like that. I might just take this because, even though, yeah, just because I think Disturb is a very good mechanic. So we can take the Mysterious Tome. Or we can take the Gavany Trapper. There's also a couple combat trick that can draw a card or flashback card that can get some card advantage. I'm interested in the Tome. I want to... Well, blue seems kind of open. Otherwise, Siege Zombie, 2 mana 2/2, not bad. The mechanic, I guess, could win the life in the late game if you can't attack anymore. Probably good with Decay. It's kind of cool, actually, the card advantage there. Let's Secrets of the Key strikes me as something that is a little bit expensive, but does generate card advantage. Okay, make Disturb costs cheaper. For now, I'm going to take the Tomes because I feel like they're good. I might be wrong. A little bit clunky, but card advantage when you have a lot of removal is actually good. I don't know what that is. Its mana value is 3 less, scry 1. Well, sure. It's an unsummon at worst. Catilda Dawnheart Prime. 2 mana, 1/1, pro werewolves. And you can just put a counter on all your creatures to control. Well, that's definitely good, but let's take a look. So, Perforator, another opportunity for that. But blue definitely seemed open. But the blue in here is not that good. And there's basically no red we want in here either. Well, that's tough. Maybe black is still another route we can go. Like I could just take Defenestrate. Probably get pretty solid removal. Maybe we have to go 3-color. Who knows? Well, Tome actually seems like a very easy card that you could splash. I don't see why not. You never have to pay. Once you pay the blue, you never have to pay blue again. That's kind of cool, actually. I'll take Defenestrate. It seems like pretty solid removal. Anything without flying, I like that. All right, Village Watch. So we definitely want to cut red. So 5 mana, 4/3. It's got haste, and then you can give your other werewolves haste. Could do the Ominous Roost, but I don't think we have a lot of cards we can cast from our graveyard. Do we have Flashback? 1, 2. Not that many. Could take the Evolving Wilds now. 3 damage to any target. Am I just going to take an all removal deck? I don't know how well that's going to work for me, but for now I'll take more removal. Oh, that's kind of cool. Typically these cards are very good. We don't have enough vampires yet, but I mean definitely pretty good. This is 3 damage to any target. Even if you have to pay the full price for it, the fact that it's instant speed is pretty awesome. I actually like this Diagraph Horde too. 5 mana, 3/4 that generates some 2/2s on top of it too. I like that. So red, we have Raise the Effigy. So Combat Trick or Destroy an Artifact. Could take the Evolving Wilds now. Still have a chance that we may end up, still a decent chance we end up splashing, I think. I do like this card. It's got Disturb. So it comes back later, so 3/4 flyer for 5. Not bad. You can play it early to block. I mean, definitely with 3 creatures, we're going to need some more. But for now, I might just take the Evolving Wilds. Get a little fixing in case I want to play 3-color. Because I don't think you can splash. I just feel like black... Well, blue's more open. Vampire Socialite. 2 mana, 2/2 Menace. If an opponent lost life this turn, you put a counter on each other vampire you control. Wow. Yeah, I like that, but do we have one other vampire? Otherwise, this is a good card too. Good blocker, turns into a 6/5. This does seem pretty good though. It's like Vampire Lord that even if they kill it, wow, what's this do? 5 mana, 4/3 flyer. When it attacks, deals damage to 1 damage to a creature they control, and if it's a zombie, it deals 2 to it instead. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, 5 mana, 4/3 flyer is legit. Instant or sorcery, it gets bigger. Raise the Effigy, another Bat Whisperer, which I do think is a good card. Once again, 2 bodies in one being evasive. I mean, takes a little bit of work, I guess, to get the 1/1, but I still think that's fine, but we'll take the dragon. All right, we can take the Perforator if we want to go vamps. I think this is a good card. You get a body, you make them discard 2. I like that. Could take the Perforator instead or another Lamb ult. I mean, I feel like we're actually well set up to be an aggro deck, but then maybe we don't splash Mysterious Tome. I don't know if that's a big deal anyway. We're pretty well... With 3 Immolation, I feel like we're well set up to be aggro, because we can just kill cheap creatures. Blood Pact. This is a good card because you can kill your opponent with it, and it generates card advantage. So I actually like this. This is formerly basically Sign in Blood, but... maybe Sign in Blood dealt damage and they had to change it. I'm not sure. I mean, the mana cost is different, I guess. That was 2 black. This is 2 and a black. Let's read some more of this. So this... The day-night, weird text, and then put one of them into your graveyard. Jeez. Elementalist. All right, this is definitely going to be good for us. It's only it's a 4 mana 2/1, which isn't great, but it already brings back some really good removal spells. Burn the Accursed, Defenestrate, burn down the house. Cannot get back Immolation, but that is okay. I actually think the Behemoth is a good card. You either have to pay 7, which is expensive, but you can pay 5 and sack something and get a 7/6 Menace. And 7/6 Menace is nothing to scoff at. This is definitely something you want if you have a lot of Decayed, because you're pretty happy to sack a Decayed creature to get a reduced cost, I would say. Okay, we can take the Vampire now. 4 mana 4/3. When it enters, if an opponent lost life, you get to add 3. So then it's like a 1 mana 4/3. That's also kind of a rummager. I like that. What else is in here? This is equipment. +1/+1 can't be blocked by creatures with power 4 or greater. Probably playable, not great. Here, I feel like at this point we're pretty well into black-red territory, I would think. We got some creatures that pack too, so that's good. I'll just take a Return to Nature because I don't think we're in those other colors. I'll cut the red card here. We might end up with enough vampires to make that do something. We'll just take another Return to Nature. I mean, blue is definitely open, but I didn't feel like we were super well set up for blue-red spells. All right, we got a curse here. Whenever they cast a spell other than the first spell they cast each turn or copy a spell, it deals 2 damage to them. That's not that good. Astronomer, I feel like this one is actually good. It's a 2 mana 2/2. It changes day into night, so it kind of activates that little thing. And then once it switches, you get to rummage 2. I like that. Otherwise, Brimstone Vandal, 3 mana 2/3. That's cool. Can deal damage to your opponent. This flashback flashback res. I actually think Rotten Reunion is a good card. I'm thinking about building a constructed zombie deck for fun. We'll see if that happens. Shipwreck Marsh. Well, would technically let us continue to splash the Mysterious Tome if we want to do that. I'm not opposed. We have an Evolving Wilds. We have the Tome. Otherwise, we could take another Vampire. We need some more. I'd like some more cheap stuff, I guess, but no, we're okay right now. I think we're going to end up with enough for a deck, so I might actually just take the Marsh. I could see splashing this, actually, and giving it a try. Trying to draw cards off of it. And, yeah, seeing how that goes. I mean, granted, we need some more creatures, but we'll figure it out. When a spell you control deals damage, transform it. Okay. Oh, that's a cool card. I like that. There's another Bat Whisper. I mean, the problem is our Socialite's not going to be great because we only have 4. Well, we have 4 vampires. So we could go for more vampire beats, but I think this card is going to be really good, actually. How many cards do we have that... We have quite a few cards that deal damage, don't we? Slash, burn down the house, burn the Accursed. Maybe we don't have as many as I thought, but I still think this card's probably going to be better. We'll see. Brimstone Vandal again, or Festival Crasher. We can take the Awakener. I'm not opposed to this, because in response to removal, you can sack another creature and then it turns into a 4/4. I actually think this card's kind of cool, because you sack the other creature, it replaces that creature. So you can like chump, sack, flip into a 4/4. I actually think this card's good. Ominous Roost. Do we have enough to play out of the graveyard to turn that on yet? I just don't think that we do, unfortunately. No. Okay. That seems like a really good build around, though, definitely. So gain control of a creature, untap it, gains haste. Well, this works with the Ecstatic Awakener, but let's maybe just take another Immolation. I think Stuffed Bear is actually playable, too. 2 mana to activate it to get the 4/4, and it's playable in any color. I think that's actually not bad. Blade Stitch Scab for the zombie plan. Maybe I'll just play all the Immolations, see how that goes. Another Morkrat Behemoth. This can bring creatures back, but I think we actually need some more creatures, so maybe we'll just take another Behemoth. Give us a late game plan. So a Looter with Disturb, that's definitely good too. Probably don't need to splash it though. We'll take the Behemoth for now. case I need it. Stormrider Spirit, Nebelgast Intruder. Probably don't need the rush because we do need some more creatures, but I don't think either are that great splash cards, to be honest. Guess we'll take the uncommon. Revenge of the Drown. That's an okay card, actually. You get a body out of it. This is an okay card, too. You get a body and it replaces itself. So combat, maybe the combat trick that's draw is actually better. I think it might be. I don't know. All right, we can actually take this Scarecrow. Why not? Can filter for fixing. This card's pretty good finisher too. Fine, probably fine on the splash. The amalgam, I mean, but okay. Let's take the Candle Guide. Oops. All right, Famished Foragers. Or we can take another Candle Guide, but this can loot. I think it's probably fine, and it's another vampire. All right, quite the weird deck. Flip the switch. Gale Drifter. Well, I mean, the double cards are typically good. It's a cool comment, actually. Crasher, 2 mana, 1/3. I mean, we have instants and sorceries. Maybe if we need more creatures. Or we can do Electric Revelation. I'm actually going to take the Revelation. Just in case. Just some more card advantage, perhaps. Neither of these cards matter. Yeah. Okay. Well, another Startle. That's cool. Definitely a weird way to start out the format, I think, but I kind of like some of the stuff we have here. For now, we're definitely not playing 4 islands. We can get away with 1. Because we already have the Shipwreck March 2, and then that way the Evolving Wilds, so that's good. Probably don't need to splash that blue card. I'm still on board with splashing Mysterious Tomes. Just because they can generate card advantage and tap things down, I actually think that's just very good. Maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of like it. So we've got all this good removal. We have pretty good beaters. Probably don't want to cut many more creatures. We only ended up with 5 vampires. So Socialite's going to be less good, but it's also just a 2 mana, 2/2 menace. So that's good enough to make the deck. I still want to do the Awakener. Let's look at all of our, let's take a look at all of our non-creature spells. Because we only have to make 2 cuts. I can cut the Neon. I'm thinking Neonate's Rush can probably get the boot. I mean, technically I could cut the Tomes. I could also cut the Gale Drifter. This on the splash, probably not worth it. I mean, it's a totally fine card. It's actually, I would say it's a very good card if you're in blue. On the splash, I'm a little bit less interested. The only reason I'm interested in Tome on the splash is it does actually seem like a legit way to gain card advantage. To me. I mean, you're only drawing a card every other turn for it, but 2 mana to draw, and then being able to tap down non-land permanents is good. Both sides are good. So I like it. We can run a bunch of card advantage stuff too. Even if it's like filtering, I think it's probably fine. You have to... So this is just straight filter, is that right? So maybe Revelation's less good. I could try the Neonate's Rush. It doesn't seem terrible. I mean, you get... Say they attack with something and it's a 3 toughness creature and you only have a 2. Are you really upset if you block and then play this to finish it off, deal 1 damage to them, and draw? Probably not. That seems fine. And it's something they're probably not planning on. They're not going to play around it, so you end up okay. And then, who knows? Sometimes you just kill an X1 and draw a card, which is really good, and deal 1 damage to them. Oh, this is also a creature, so yeah, never mind. We're totally fine. Interesting deck. We actually have a lot of filter, which I think in the long run is going to be great for us because it's going to mean more card advantage. Do we have the means to win? I think so as well, because we have card advantage stuff. We only have to make one cut. I'm thinking maybe the Revelation can go, because I like Astronomer, I like Blood Pact, I like the Tome. So we probably don't need the Revelation, even though it's got flashback. Got some interesting card advantage stuff in here. Probably a 17 land deck. Oh, so that means we're going to have to make more cuts, doesn't it? All right, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm okay with 17 because we're playing 3-color. We do actually have decent fixing. We have the Evolving Wilds, the Shipwreck, March the Island, and the Candle Guide. So still, and the fact that we have so many 4 and 5 drops makes me think 17. Plus, you know, we have card advantage stuff. So I have to cut 3 cards. So maybe the Rush can go at that point because we still have more than enough removal. I'm missing non-creature spells too. Someone told me how to do it and I keep forgetting. 4 Immolation does seem like a lot, but against an aggro deck, probably not bad. Sometimes you can win you stick it on a Purifying Dragon and maybe you win the game turn early. Stick it on a Mork. You're able to get in with a Behemoth? Who knows? Yeah, the fact that we may have to pay the full 7 for this at some point too makes me probably think it's a better idea to do that. Well, this is at least good at the Bat Whisperer. Maybe you sack a 1/1 to play this earlier. I mean, if you have to sack a Perforator, probably not that upset either. So what's our colors looking like right now? Way more red than black, but we have 5 black, 8 red right now. So we can at least do, I would say at least do 1 more black. Oh, I don't want to do that one. I want to do my new swamp, huh? 12, 13, 14, 15, so we have double red. We need black relatively early. So I do this plus another red. Where does that leave us? I think that leaves us pretty good, actually. 8, so 14, 15, so that's 17 lands, 3 blue, 9 red, 8 black. That's pretty good. We have a couple double red. So we have to make 2 more cuts. I mean, it does feel like you could just easily cut the tomes, doesn't it? But I guess I'm stubborn and I want to try it out. This just feels like something that could flood out, so I'm kind of interested in it. What are like the weakest cards in our deck, I guess? Is it the Immolation? That I don't know. Could be Blood Pact, but like I said, you can kill your opponent with Blood Pact, which is nice. Could be the Lambholt Harrier. I like that card. It could actually be the Perforator, but then we lose out on Socialite value. I don't know if I care about that. These are Rummagers too. We have a lot of ways to rummage, which makes maybe Blood Pact a little bit less necessary, but I'm never upset drawing cards. Maybe 4 Immolation is excessive. There's a possibility, but it can kill some things. That's for sure. Maybe we cut 1. Maybe we'll have to go to 3. I kind of don't want to, though. Are we... I guess the question is, are we aggressive enough to run 4 Immolation? Probably not. But I'm kind of still okay with it. I got to figure out 2 cuts, and I don't want it to be Mysterious Tome. Even though maybe it should be. I just feel like this card is perfectly fine on the splash. Two cuts. Weakest creature is either the Harrier or the Perforator. And it might just be the Perforator even though we have the Socialite, but Huh. I could cut the Blood Pact, even though it's card advantage and you can kill your opponent with it. I just feel like we have a lot of Rummage, so I'm a little bit less worried about getting flooded when you have Rummage here and Rummage here, and I feel like there's even more I'm missing somewhere. Oh, and card advantage there, so I feel like maybe we have enough card advantage, we don't need it. And maybe I cut 1 Immolation and just run 3 instead of 4. I don't love it, but I'll do it anyway. Well, we'll see what happens with the greed here. I mean, the nice thing about this deck is we still have more than enough removal. A lot of removal in here. Some pretty big finishers. Not much on the evasion front. Not much on the... oh, this is technically card advantage too, if you can deal damage to your opponent. So that's kind of cool. How many things do we actually have spells that deal damage to my opponent, though? I guess not as many as I thought. Just the slash. But I also want to make sure I have enough creatures to kill my opponent. And this deals damage as well, and this deals damage. So, but you can't do this and still transform this and have it survive. So maybe Embodiment of Flame really isn't that good. It's a 2 mana that can maybe turn into a 3/3 once in the game and probably never do anything again. So I could, technically, I can cut maybe the Channeler, just because I really don't feel like it does much here. It's spells too, right? It's not creatures, so it's only spells, which we basically have 2 things that it actually works with. So maybe we cut the Channeler, we run the 4th Immolation, have more removal. A little bit low on the creature count, but remember, this is a creature too. So we have 14 creatures. And we have the tomes and a bunch of things to generate card advantage. I'll give it a try like this. We'll see what we can do. Interesting little deck here. All right, we'll run it like this, and we'll see you in round 1. All right, round 1, we'll keep. Technically have blue mana with our Candle Guide here. Got a couple removal spells. Ah, Liberator. So this transforms into a 3/3 that can blow up artifacts or enchantments. Well, that's good against my splash card. So I'll probably just Moon Rager slash that, which is kind of cool. Oh. Interesting. Okay, well, could defenestrate that, because I actually think it's a very good card. But... yeah, I mean, all their kill spells now turn into draw card effects. It's really good. I mean, it only triggers once a turn, but probably don't need it more than once a turn. Best use of mana is going to be defenestrate. And then I guess I could set up into Candle Guide. I don't want them drawing cards out of this. I'm actually just going to kill it. I think that card's really good. This is a high pick. Granted, it can't kill me like bigger beaters, but I don't know. That card is worrisome. I mean, creatures die all the time. That is just really good. Kind of want to burn the Accurse that even, but can't yet, so we'll do the Candle Guide. Get rid of their flashback spell. That worked out. Hey, Crossroads Candle Guide doing something. Sweet. Immolation. So, Immolation currently does not kill any of their things. I can burn the Accursed, the Opportunist now, which I'm kind of okay with. because I can block their other two guys, and this way removal spells once again will not generate them any card advantage. And also it keeps their Bird Admirer from flipping, which I think is good. Alright, so that got flipped. Let's go Awakener here. I want the Whisper to do something. Oh wait, Whisper can do something. Oh wait, they have to lose life. Okay, okay. And they can pump the wolf too. So they have to lose life. I really want that bat so I can spit out this behemoth. Let's just do the Awakener for now and hang out. I could actually kill the Snarling Wolf, because then the Wing Shredder flips back. And the Wolf's not bad, and I can still activate a Static Awakener too. Alright. I'll kill the Wolf. I think 1 mana to kill their thing that potentially is a 3/3 whenever they want is actually pretty good. I mean, if they have nothing else to do, then pumping here is fine, but I wasn't planning on attacking anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I could have played this as something that could attack into the 1/4. Sure. All right, Socialite. So I could attack with the Candle Guide. See if they block. Because we might have another Immolate, so maybe they don't block. I'm just going to see if they do it. Because if I was able to deal damage to them there, it would have been really good, but that's all right. We'll do the Socialite and then pass. So we can't block their Admirer now, but I mean, if they attack with their Admirer, I think I'm probably happy too. I mean, I could have played the Behemoth, sacked something, but I feel like I'm not exactly in a rush right now. So I have to sack another creature in order to flip that. All right, well. So they sacked their guide to kill my Awakener. I guess I'm all right with that. And attacking? Huh. Okay. So they got the 5/4. So we can attack with the Socialite, play the Whisper. Because this has Menace, right? Yeah. So attack with this. You can play the Whisper, get the Bat. And it's pumped. And we have a 5/3. That's pretty good. It's got Trample. Okay. All right. So they flipped their thing. They have a 4/6 now. So we can go ahead and attack with the Bat. There's no reach here, right? Oh, it does have reach. Never mind. So no attacks, and then play the Behemoth. And I don't have 7 mana, so I guess we'll just sack a Bat that we probably don't need anymore. All right. So now we can hard cast the Behemoth. So we can attack with Behemoth here. Attack with the Socialite too, actually. And if they double block Socialite to take 7, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, this seems fine. If it's Night, I didn't read that. All right. So we'll have to hard cast this. I forget. We do have rummage effects, so I don't think I want to play any more lands. This is where one of those tomes would actually be really good. Be incredibly good right now. Those tomes, one of those mysterious tomes right now, I feel like would put us in game-winning territory. Absolutely. Oh, burn down the house, huh? Well, I can wait on this, but what does getting 3 devils do for me right now? Well, I guess getting 3 devils is probably okay, because it's not like 5 damage each creature is that great for me right now. So let's get some devils. All right, sandbag the land. Guess I can prevent 4 points of damage now. All right, so we can do the Elementalist and get back Defenestrate, kill the Behemoth. So we can hold up for now. Attack with everything. They block the 3/4. They take 4. Nope, not good enough. Plus, I still want the Candle Guide. So they can exile. That card's great, by the way. I really like the Diagraph Horde. So we're going to end up taking some damage from... Thankfully, we already got the Elementalist off, so I guess that's the good news. Might as well save that for rummaging, I think. Guess we can play our Swamp here and pass. Oh, there we go. There's a good one. So I have to play another spell. In order to flip the astronomer to do the... Okay, so let's just kill the... We'll put the counter on the awake. We'll do +2. Well, then it makes it a... Well, I guess then it makes it a 6/2. That's fine. We'll do that. So they can sack their zombie. They'll get a 6/2. But a 6/2 is way less dangerous against us than the other thing. So let's change turns now. And then we can rummage those two away. Draw 2. That's cool. All right. Cool. So all lands we can hopefully just rummage away now with Astronomer. So we can do Dragon plus Harrier here. Opportunist again, huh? I don't think they draw now. At least it got exiled. But Opportunist is real good. So this lets me rummage too. So that's probably what we want here. And maybe I just dump the Perforator because we're still just like a tome away from probably generating enough card advantage, hopefully, to win this. We'll see. It's been a really tight game. Do I not want to rummage away the Perforator? I mean, I guess Lambholt Harrier at a certain point is going to get rid of enough blockers. That's probably true, actually. I mean, I guess I can loot, but... Well, in case they kill Candle Guide. Candle Guide still might be a target. Plus, the more lands I get now with Harrier, it's actually pretty good for us. There it is. So I've got 8 cards left. I gotta get some more creatures out there, huh? I can immolate the Awoken Demon. Just to give it 2 toughness. So more things can attack into it. Guess I could have waited on that. So I guess I'm 3 lands away. Do I even have 3 lands left? I might only be able to 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Guess I can rummage. I don't know if we're going to be able to do... Well, it's still possible we could do 3 in 1 turn, huh? All right. Okay. Well, that can't block, so I guess that's all right. Another tome, huh? Well, I don't know if I have quite enough time to do that. I have to find the kill swing here soon. So 4, 8. So we can turn off these 2 blockers, then they only have 6 2s to block with. That might have to be the turn we take here. I guess we don't need the candle guide anymore. So let's see. I can attack for lethal. Let's say I swing. Let's say I swing with everything. Because they have 2 blockers right now. I swing with everything. They block my 2 biggest guys. 3, 4, 7. They take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me make sure. We got the kill hit here. So attack with everything. They block my 2 biggest guys, 4, 3, and a 3, 4. They take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is that right? This can't block. This can't block. This can't block. They have 2 blockers. I mean, they definitely kill us on backswing if this doesn't pan out, but I kind of feel like we have to go for it. Block my 2 biggest guys, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I think we got to go for it. Hey, we got there. That was cool. All right. See you for the next one. All right. Seems like a keep to me. So we can do turn 1 Shipwreck March and turn 2 Socialite. Or yeah, that actually makes sense. Because then we can attack with Socialite who has the Menace and play the Perforator pumped. Yeah, that makes more sense. That way, because otherwise they could have a blocker for the Perforator. Possibly. We'll see. I think this is better anyway. Alright, they can get flying. Well, I can kill it with Immolation, so why not? Get in with the Menace. Dennis the Menace here. Pump dude. Kill that dude. Lambholt Harrier looking real good. What's this thing do? Oh, that's cool. I might just... Yeah, probably just kill that and continue to bash in. I don't see why not. Yeah, I think the... Oh, that's good. It's got flashback too. And then I'm just course drawing pure gas. 4/4 green beast. That's a cool card. I like that. So, oh, that's cool. So 3/4, huh? Attack with our menace, dude. Oh, this is so mean. We can even turn off a blocker. Sheesh. Oh, that actually worked out pretty well for him. Wow. Pretty decent follow-up there. This doesn't have first strike, right? No. And this does have first strike, but it's just a 1/1. So that's probably fine. So we turn off the Soul Guide Griff as a blocker. And let's say I attack with everything. They block the Lamholt Harrier with the Cathar. Chump block. They only take 2. So maybe it's the best to just attack with these 3. Then they can trade with the Cathar. If I attack with everything, they block the Lamholt Harrier. They block all 3 of my biggest blocking dudes. They go to 1, which is pretty good. How are they going to block here? Perforator. Maybe I do attack with everything. Let me think about this. Attack with everything, they go Cathar and Harrier. But then they have to chump block my other 2 dudes, and they're going to go to 1. And they're left with a Cathar and a Griff. I lose my Harrier. But if I do this, then they trade with the Perforator. They still go to 1. Just chumping the Forager, though. This is tough, actually. Because I guess they can still double block there. I kind of want 2 lethal things. It's a tough call, actually. Cathar blocks Harrier. Then Perforator and Forager get chumped. They take 3. They go to 1. I'm left with 3 creatures to their 2 creatures, but I lose my Harrier. Whereas with this, they trade, then chump. This is probably better. I honestly can't decide. Like now I can't kill them with a Perforator attack, but what's this do? Okay, we can get double strike, that's cool. We can turn off a blocker and attack here. Okay, so that worked pretty well for him, but of course we have a billion of these, so what are they gonna do? Oh wait, can I not do that? Oh, it's got ward 1. I can pay a ward 1. And then we attack with both. And that should do her. All right. We'll see you for the next one. Okay, well, this seems fine to me. Some removal, some beatdown at some point. Behemoth, hopefully coming down and doing something at some point as well. This is basically a 7-mana, 7/6 menace in our deck, but that's okay. My Little Pony, huh? Uh-oh. Can't look at My Little Pony and not think of bronies. All right. Silver Bolt. I think this is actually a pretty playable card. Oh, We are running 4 immolates, so I guess that's not too surprising to see 3 of them. But yeah, this can kill things and destroy werewolves. That's pretty cool. What's this do? Well, why don't I play a 3/4 here? It's not a werewolf, right? No. What's this do? Beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if your life total is greater than or equal to the last one. Okay, this is an interesting card, actually. But for now, we're going to kill this little feller. And I guess we'll do the socialite because I can't do the forager. And get in for 3. So I actually think the Splendor is a cool card. You have to read it quite a bit because you're like, okay, then I'm noting again. So you note your life total when it enters, then you note at the beginning of your upkeep. So it's like a re-note. And then you gain life when you cast in white spells, so then you're going to be drawing cards. If you can maintain, you know, the life total. So here I assume I attack with both. But I probably immolate the 1/1 actually, don't I? Yeah, that's odd, but correct. Unless I want to... No, I think it's right. Yeah, I think it's right. Because then they can't really block. Feels like a bit of a waste, but I think this is actually right. Because then we go land, forager, and it's bigger. I wish we could use get some use out of the mana, but that's okay. So they re-note their life total again. But we have a 5/4, that's serious business. They can't silver bolt it. It's not a werewolf. Ah. So that's like, that's pretty good. Another silver bolt, all right. Silver bolt for days. And they're attacking no less, huh? Ooh, Mysterious Tome, there it is. Looking good. Let's jam it. Draw off of it. Feel just fine playing a land there. And don't need to immolate, so now they're gonna re-note their life total here. Is that right? Then we can tap things down, the Chronicle, to keep the beats going. What's this do again? So I can play Morkrut Behemoth here. So probably can do that. I mean, I can also use the Chronicle plus... Let me think about this. This is inflatable and it can gain first strike, so they can give that first strike, which is pretty good. But I can tap it at some point too. I think they're out of cards in hand. And then they're not going to draw a card because their life total is not greater. Yeah, I think we just go land, hard cast this Behemoth for 7. And just set up for a nice Chilling Chronicle for the win play, presumably. I mean, they can pay 6 mana to kill Morkrut Behemoth, I guess. That's true. Wait, so they do draw a card? I don't get it. If your life total is greater than or equal. Well, I guess I have to read. Who likes reading cards, though? Reading cards is for the birds. So they could double Silver Bolt my Behemoth, but I have 2 Menace creatures, so I don't think that matters. Oh, they're going for it. All right. I mean, I guess it makes sense. But they're still definitely in trouble. Tap this little feller. We can get in for 5 here. Let's see. They can inflate this thing 3 times. They can give their creatures +2/+0 as well, so they could get in for 6/11, and that's not lethal. So I might just be okay chilling for now and looking for an opportunity to kill them. Well, can kill that. I guess that's good. So I don't have to worry about the flyer anymore. Oh, Elementalist. So what can I get back? Oh, I didn't have anything I can get back yet, huh? All right, well, let's do the old tome here. Okay. So we can double immolate the Soul Guide Griff. Problem is they're going to be drawing now from the Splendor. Not sure there's much I can do against that. Let's just kill the Griff. At least I guess the Eviscerator flips back. Which means I could have killed the Eviscerator, but no, I think I'd rather kill the Flyer. Any incentive to sandbag lands? Not particularly. I mean, we do have Rummage effects, but I also have Elementalist, so I want to be able to do more things. Unfortunately, they're going to draw here, but... White card advantage is definitely unique. I mean, there's been ways they've done it in the past. They're constantly looking for the way that white can get card advantage. I know it's not been easy to figure that out. All the immolates have been played. Sheesh. Well, they get to draw a card every turn. We're only drawing a card every other turn. Not quite as good. Guess we'll take it. Oh. So, guess we can tap the... Blender's getting us. I need instant or sorcery so I can actually do something with this Elementalist. I guess I can rummage off of that. Let's see. I'm going to take this. I don't think they can kill me, right? No. Oh, geez. 8 damage to me, huh? Nice. Flashback 4, remove X loyalty counters. Oh, that's interesting. So you can't really flashback it, but typically lightning bolt effects are some of the more powerful and limited. All right, we'll see you for the next one. I don't know why I called it a lightning bolt effect. I meant a fireball effect. All right, onwards to the next one here. All right, this looks good. We'll keep it. Guess we'll get our black mana. It does seem a bit premature to get looting going, but no biggie. You don't have to rummage. We don't really need to rummage anything, so I think I'm good. Guess we'll play the Awakener. So when it dies, create a decayed creature. Huh. Alright. Well, guess we can just slam a forager anyway. I mean, decayed creature can't block, so I could have killed it and gotten in, but this seems fine to me. I'll take 2. I'm okay with that. Oh. Sure. Oh, plus a rummage. Right. Well, I think I'm ready to kill that little feller. Let's see. I'd have to play 2 spells in order to flip the Astronomer, so instead we're just going to play a land and bash for a bunch. So I can get Defenestrate back already with the Elementalist. That's pretty awesome. Perforator, sure. So that's good already. That's pretty picture perfect. Kill that. So let's say I attack with everything. They could block the Awakener. I can sack the Astronomer, draw, transform. Or they could block the Astronomer. I could still... I think I'll just... attack for 4, actually. Because I want to play the Elementalist here. So if it's your turn, it gains trample, otherwise it gains first strike. So now we can just sack the Forager. We get a 4/4. Because this would have had first strike. Yeah, it's fine. And then I can play the Perforator, which does actually seem good. And Astronomer, I'm not going to discard the Elementalist. I guess we'll take it. I a 6/5 if an opponent lost a thing. Okay. So we have 7 mana. So we can do this plus the Defenestrate. And then our opponent's in pretty big trouble. All right, on to the next one. All right, yeah, we can keep this. I mean, we need some help, but have all of our colors technically. I like that Ecstatic Awakener. Card's good. Enters battlefield tapped unless you control. Well, it's still just, it's not like we're doing anything else, so you might as well get the dual land out. Ooh. Alright, well, I'm gonna take out that little feller. Especially while they don't have the mana up to sack it. Alright. Well, I can take a 1 damage beat. Let's play the Tome. We need to draw a land anyway, so. What's the rummage? Okay. So they only have 1 card left there, huh? Let's see. So I can do the burn down the house with another red mana, but they don't have the mana to sack yet, so I'm actually going to just slash this now. It gets rid of a rummage effect. They can't sack it to the Awakener. I'm not quite there on burn down the house yet. I have more removal in hand. Yeah, Horde is very good. And they can flip their Awakener too with that. That's pretty slick, actually. Well, so I can play the Candle Guide to block the Horde. They're still going to be able to get in with the Awakener and sack a zombie and make a 4/4. Which makes things a little trickier, but it's probably okay, actually. I think we'll just protect ourselves, our life total here. So play the Candle Guide. And I guess we'll get rid of, I don't know, Forager. It doesn't matter. And we'll pass. Can block the Horde. And then they can sack that to, yeah, draw a card and make their dude a 4/4. Those go away. Oh, Interloper too. Well, I think we gotta draw here now because we need to find another red mana. There it is. So at least we can burn down the house now. And we can defenestrate. Because I might need to protect my life total here. So if we're going to burn down the house anyway, probably protect the most life total makes the most sense. So I guess we'll just block the 4/4, 3, 5, 8. We need another land though, or we're going to die to hungry for more. So actually, maybe I need to defenestrate as well. Sadly. Otherwise, we have to draw a land or we die next turn, so I think I gotta do it like this. So I guess I can immolate. I don't have to do burn down the house now. Yeah. Well, because I can Chilling Chronicle to tap their 3/1 next turn. Wonder what the best play is here. I guess it's just too tough to leave up. I probably do. I mean, burn down the house isn't bad. But I wonder if I have to do Forager. Don't have to, but I wonder if I'd rather do Forager plus Immolation. Guess if they have removal at that point, they kill us. Maybe we just take the value while we can and accept that we're going to go to 2 life. I mean, I don't love it, but otherwise we just sort of, I feel like we kind of peter out to a removal spell anyway, so not my favorite. I think land there would have been a little more helpful. So we can go Forager. One card left. Maybe we offer the Harrier as trade fodder here. And then we can play Awakener as well. And we can pass. So we can block up the Harrier here. Sure. So probably still keep it as Chilling Chronicle for now. Because now I can go Forager. We can immolate the Channeler. And pass. So, uh-oh. Is it me or my opponent that got stuck? Stuck at end of phase here. Might have to reload arena. I feel like it's me. Oh. Waiting for the server. Oh, my turn. Oh, there we go. Oh, cool. Okay, well, that works. So we'll do this little feller here. This little piggy went to market. And then we can go bash for 5 because Decayed Creature can't block. And then we can go Whisper. And pass. And I think we can actually probably tap Decayed Creature. Well, that's cool. So I get him for 12 here. So I can go Socialite. Oh, but I want my vamps to get bigger, so we attack first. And we play the Socialite. And then we pass. Oh, geez. Guess we can draw. We can tap this. That should be lethal. All right, cool. On to the next one. This is a good hand. We got removal, we got all three colors. Get our red into Socialite, into Perforator. Set up for a nice Forager. I do like the Forager get a rummage right away. I've seen that happen twice now. I guess there was a time maybe I could have done it and I didn't do it in that early game. That's kind of interesting. Didn't think about that before, but... So what does the disturb of this get? They can pay 2 to get a 1/2, and we don't get cards in our graveyard anymore. That's pretty good common, actually. That effect doesn't feel very common. Oh, wait, sorry. It's just the Hook Drifter. I was like, that doesn't feel like... I thought it was any card. That would be insane on common. But that's what all of those spirits say, is if they're put in a graveyard. So basically we attack, get in with our Menace dude, we play the Perforators, a 3/2, and then we'll just immolate the Disturb dude now because, I don't know. Feels okay to me. Them getting a 1/2 doesn't really matter if that's the best play they have on their turn anyway. Hobbling Zombie's a good one. So, I think I'm just a little bit shy of real slick value here because I don't want to rummage. So, but I do want this to be bigger. So I assume I just attack with both and take the zombie, trade with the Perforator, and probably just be okay with it. All right, that's fine. Not thrilling, but it lets me play the Forager as a 5/4, I guess. I'm not going to rummage away either of these guys, though. I don't think that makes sense. Yeah, neither of those are worth rummaging. 4 mana 5/4 is still pretty legit. And at this point, maybe I need to be willing to sack the Socialite because I've already played 3 of my 4 vampires to the Behemoth to get a 5 mana 7/6. Oh yeah, this disturbs into a 2/1 flyer as well. Okay, well, there's a Mysterious Tome. But Candle Guide makes better use of mana, so we'll just go ahead and get in and drop the Candle Guide like it's hot. Good old Scarecrow Beater, and we get rid of their Disturb card. This Candle Guide has actually done stuff. I don't know if you guys realize that, but it's actually done things. Pretty good card in this format, actually, surprisingly. Like the zombie. It's got its own arm with a sickle. That Falcon Abomination is legit. Very good card. So, let's see. They have 2 things that can't block and 2 things that can. So, I probably just go ahead and attack with everything. They probably double block the Candle Guide, but then they have to take 7. That can't be great for them. All right, well, we're definitely swinging with everything. That actually surprises me. It makes way more sense, I think, to block the Candle Guide. Although they're in damage prevention mode, so taking 5 versus 7 when you're at 8 is kind of a big deal, but preserving a blocker here is also kind of important. Surprised they're doing that, but whatever. Tome looks a little bit... I mean, it still looks good here. It looks a little bit less good just because we're a little bit mana starved, but it's still going to do exactly what we want it to do. I'm sure glad this Tome has played well, because I would have felt real dumb if it hadn't. I really like this Organ Order. This card is fantastic. Just straight card advantage attached to a 3/2. Real good. So I have a couple Archivists in the yard. All right. Got there. See you for the next one. Okay. Bunch of removal in all 3 of our colors. I think we got to keep it. Still play the Marsh first. It's not like we have anything else going on. Uh-oh. A little more server lag here. This could be a problem. Oh, geez. Wonder if I need to restart Arena here. All right. Arena quit on me, but we're back, so we'll keep. Same plan that we were gonna want to do there. Might as well just get the dual land down now. All right. Love to see these two together. I really like this Elementalist. This card is... I don't think I've ever seen it at 4 mana, because it's usually like a 5 mana 2/2. So they're like, well, what if we make it cheaper, but it's only got 1 toughness? Hey, fine by me. I'll take 1 less toughness for 1 less cost. Ooh, Socialite, huh? Well, don't mind if I do. Oh. All right. Well, we don't have any enchantment removal in here, so I guess we're just waiting. I mean, at this point, I'm willing to basically kill anything for Elementalist to... Well... I mean... I can defenestrate the Trapper, I guess. Because I can get it back with the Elementalist. I mean, at that point, it is basically strict card advantage, I guess. Man, I'd much rather do it on more intimidating things. I don't think I'm going to. It just doesn't seem worth it. So we'll immolate this threat. Chill. Defenestrate something big that's not flying, hopefully. Whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1. Oh, geez. Well, I'm going to defenestrate that. Nice. Oh, that's kind of cool. Well, let's do the Elementalist here. And we'll get defenestrate back and pass. Well, I think we'd take it. I'm hoping to defenestrate that still. Well, let's see if we can get it. Just trying to protect the life total for now. Ruby Mob looking pretty good. Well, let's play the Candle Guide. Guess they can tap it. They don't have anything they can get back, do they? Well, just in case. Nice. All right. See you for the next one. Well, I still think I'm going to keep this. Don't actually have one of our colors, and we're probably going for red first, so we're going to need black at some point, but this hand is still keepable in my mind. Siege Zombie, huh? All right, well, that's cool. Let's do the Perforator here. Best use of mana. All right, so I think we'll just do the Tome now. Best use of mana once again. That way we can generate some card advantage and figure stuff out from there. Purifying Dragon looks good when your opponent's playing a Siege Zombie. That's for sure. What's this do? Oh yeah, it's a good card. So, let's see here. I think best use of mana would be Astronomer plus Tome. But I might just do Astronomer plus, well, plus Immolation. Yeah, probably. Just because if I block their dudes, it turns off their Into the Battlefield effect, so I actually think it's worth it. I mean, with the Tome out, we need to just survive to get the card advantage we need here. I'm willing to trade. Even though my Astronomer is good, we already have Tome for card advantage, so I don't think we need it. Like I said, Dragon would be able to take care of it, but that's all right. Okay, so this has Trample. Let's do the Forager. Well, yeah, because I'd rather... Best use of mana is the Dragon, but Forager can actually block the Dread Knight, so I think this is better. Take a couple trample damage. All right, so... On a 2-turn clock here, huh? All right, well, let's play the Dragon. Might have to end up sacking our Dragon to the Behemoth. Well, I guess we don't die. I just have to attack with Dragon. Wish they had a zombie. And then we'll play the Behemoth and we'll have to sack the Dragon. We were always, unfortunately, this game, we were one step behind on Mysterious Tome the whole game. All right, so ended up going, what, 5-3? This deck did just fine. I liked it. Tome played well for the most part. Fun deck. Format seems pretty deep. I think card advantage in this format is going to be nice because of all of the, you know, disturb, flashback shenanigans. So I think that'll really add a lot of depth, actually. What? That was weird. All right, let's open some packs, do some pack one, pick ones. All right, Hallowed Respite. Exile a non-legend, but then return it, and if it entered under your control, put a counter on it, otherwise tap it. So you can exile, and then it can enter tapped, and you can flashback. I mean, it's not bad. Or the versatility of it is nice. You can protect your dudes from removal, and they get bigger. That's pretty cool. Borrowed Time, though, tough to go wrong with this one. It's the new Oblivion Ring, basically. So, yeah, I think we'd likely take that. I think Faithful Mending is going to be pretty legit. It is only draw 2, discard 2, but it's got flashback. I think this is good. Better than Rummage, and prevents flood prevention is nice. There's a lot of flood prevention in this format, it feels like. So what? This is like travel preparation, sort of. Not quite, but maybe it's playable in Hyper Aggro, who knows? Gavany Trapper, we saw it once. Only seems okay. Amalgam, I think, is going to be good. I mean, 3/6 is huge, and Mill 3 with Disturb and Flashback is good, and it can't be blocked, so, or you can pay to make it unblockable, which is good. Stormrider Spirit was always just sort of, you play it if you had to, but you didn't want it to be in your main deck. All right. Curse of Shaken Faith, we saw this already, probably not that good. I assume not very good. Dawn Guard, 3 mana, 3/3. Comes day or night. Look at top 4. Can get a creature with 3 or mana value 3 or less. Put it in your hand. That's awesome. Great card. Get some card advantage out of that. I like it. Flame Channeler, we saw this. If you have enough spells that deal damage, it's definitely good. Brimstone Vandal, I mean, Menace is a good mechanic, and it can deal damage to your opponent with flipping it, with flipping day and night. I like that, actually. I don't know where it's, I mean, I assume an aggro deck wants it, but definitely playable. Sentry, 2 mana, 3/1 with the Coven. Has anybody seen that American movie documentary? I always want to call this Coven because of that movie. It's a good documentary. 2 mana, 3/1. Different powers, and this can't be blocked with, by creatures with power 2 or less. That's cool. Definitely playable. Cultist, I actually like this card. There's good sack value things, and on top of that, this also just has like dies value, so good card. Diagraph Horde, definitely seen this. Very good card. Lot of power put on the board. Very good. Siege Zombie, playable, not terribly exciting. All right, let's go to the next pack here. Well, all the adversaries are definitely good. 3 mana, 4/3 trample, already insane. On top of that, you can pay 2 any number of times, put that many +1/+1 counters on it, and up that many lands, become 3/3 wolf creatures with haste forever. This card is insane. Other cards in here: 2 mana, 2/1, mill 2 when you cast it or when it enters the battlefield. When you cast a spell from your graveyard, tap a creature you don't control. That's kind of cool. I think this is a good card. I mean, all the Disturb is built-in value, so definitely good. Vivisection, sack a creature, draw 3. Awesome if you have some Decayed. Great value with that. Really like the Awakener. Saw that a few times. Definitely good. Raise the Effigy. Playable combat trick, not terribly exciting. Geist Wave, definitely playable. Bounce, and if you do it in response to their removal on your thing, you get to draw. I like it. And then Stolen Vitality, we saw this pop up once. Definitely good with your vampire aggro. Trample on the attacker, first strike on the defense is good. And wait, it's not even a vampire related thing. It's any creature, so cool card. That's a good trick. All right. Ghoul Caller's Harvest. So create X 2/2 black zombie creatures tokens with Decayed, where X is half the number of creature cards in your graveyard rounded up. Seems like a bit more of a, well, I was going to say more of a constructed card, but I think this is playable in limited. If you can get enough cards in your graveyard and you have a lot of creature cards, you could spit out a bunch of Decayed zombies. Yeah, maybe. But it's half the number of creature cards. So say you're running like 15 creatures. Say you have like half your deck in your graveyard. Well, maybe it's tough then, because even if you have half your deck in your graveyard, you maybe only have like 4 creatures, 4 or 5. Is that right? If you have 15, well then half would be like 7 or 8. But assume a couple are on the board. I feel like at best, in most games, you're probably getting 5 zombies, and it's not until super late. This seems like a tough one. That seems like a tough one. Maybe I have to lose against it to appreciate this card, especially since the zombies can't block. Corpse Cobble, haven't seen this come up yet. Sack any number of creatures, create an XX blue and black zombie creature token with menace, where X is the total power of the sacrificed creatures. This seems a little bit dangerous, but I guess if you have enough Decayed, maybe it's good. It's got menace. Could be good. Component Collector. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, you can tap or untap. This is a cool card. 1/4 is not a bad body either. It can block. All right, and then we've got Festival, Crasher. We saw this already. This is probably a little tough build around for limited. Maybe a constructed card. Constructed aggro card, maybe. Clarion Cathars, always good to get the 2 bodies in one. I don't know of any real good... I don't know of any cards, examples in limited of 2 bodies in one that's bad. There might be one, but I just can't think of it. And then Pestilent Wolf, 2 mana, 2/2, and it can get Death Touch. Not amazing, but hey, if you have the extra mana, getting Death Touch is nice. And finally, we've got Slaughter Specialist. So it's a 2 mana 3/3, but it gives them a 1/1, but whenever one of their creatures dies, this gets bigger. That's an awesome card. Definitely good. We already talked about the other ones. Candlegrove Witch, definitely a good Coven effect. 2 mana 2/2, if it can be a flyer, that's good. Gavany Silversmith, haven't seen this yet, but this card definitely seems good. 4 mana, 2/3, but it enters, you put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So it can put it on itself, so you at least get a 4 mana 3/4 plus maybe something else. It's like the Basri's Acolyte, but without lifelink. It's still very good. Basri's Acolyte was a bomb common. Organ Hoarder, we saw this already. I really like it. 4 mana 3/2, but it's got card advantage built in more ways than one. You get a card in your hand, plus you maybe put Disturb and Flashback in your graveyard. Really good. Startle, great common. Startle, haven't played with it yet, but we did draft it. Seems playable. Combat Trick that makes a Decayed Zombie and you get to draw. That's a lot of effects. And then Morcrep Behemoth, we saw it a couple times. I think it's a totally playable finisher. All right. That was fun. Exciting. All right. Exciting first draft. Many more on the horizon. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.